If you have hooded eyes like me and most of your lid is hiding under the hood, for now I'm going to be using the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit, and I'm going to very lightly fill in my brows. I'm not going to drag the outer and inner corners any lower because we still want that space for the eye makeup. Now to clean up underneath the brows, I'm going to be using the Milani concealer in 135, and the brush that I'm using is the ColourPop concealer brush. This is the E3 brush. So I'm going to apply the concealer just below the brows to clean it up, and also on my lids as a base for the eyeshadows. I'm going to very lightly set with the Airspun translucent powder above my crease to make the blending easy. I'm using sticky tape in the outer corner as an extension of my lower lash line to get those dramatic straight edges. So I'm going to build a new crease right above it. And I'm going to mark 3 points, one in the center and 2 in the corners. And these are markings that are visible when I open my eyes, and then I'm going to join the 3 points. To do the markings, I used the matte eyeshadow from Soothe, and I used a tiny ColourPop brush. I'm taking a little bit more of that eyeshadow with the ColourPop E9 blending brush, and I'm going to soften this line. And to soften it and blow it out even further, I'm using a larger blending brush again from ColourPop. This is the E2 blending brush. To deepen the crease, I'm going to dip into the matte eyeshadow in Ritual. I'm taking it with the ColourPop E9 blending brush, the smaller one, and I'm going to use it right at the crease and soften it up. And then with a small definer brush from Coastal Scents, I'm dipping into that matte eyeshadow from Ritual once again, just to deepen the very outer corner. And then I'm going to use the blending brush again to soften it up. And the reason I did that is to get that depth in the outer crease, almost like casting a shadow with a deeper shade, and to get a clear definition of the new crease. Next, I'm using some concealer with the ColourPop concealer brush to clean up at the crease. I don't need to paint my entire lid because there's barely any fallout. Next, I'm dipping into the metallic eyeshadow from Aura. I'm taking it with the ColourPop E3 flat shader brush, and I'm going to use this to saturate my lid, leaving the outer third open. Next, I'm taking this matte black eyeshadow from Memory with this angled brush from Innomineral Cosmetics. I'm drawing out a line in the very outer corner, like almost I'm drawing out a wing, using the sticky tape as a stencil. And then I'm going to go parallel to my cut crease, leaving a small gap in the very outer corner. And then with the same angled brush, I'm going to start shading that black eyeshadow towards the center of the lid, but I'm going to keep it in the outer third. Next, I'm going to be using this pressed glitter in that negative space and the crease line, and the brush that I'll be using is a small eyeliner brush from Carity. This is the E21 brush. Because this is pressed glitter and not really an eyeliner, but we're using it as an eyeliner, take it slow, layer as much as possible till you're happy with the intensity, and use a small brush. In the lower lash line, I'm going to first smoke out the matte eyeshadow from Soothe with a pencil brush from ColourPop to soften the lower lash line. In my waterline, I'm using a black eye pencil from Jordana. To intensify the lower lash line, I'm taking some matte black eyeshadow from Memory. With this flat definer brush from Doe Color, I'm going to stamp it right under the waterline. For eyeliner, I'm using the Super Fine Liquid Liner from Folklore. And I'm completely avoiding the fold line that is passing right across my lid while I pull out that outer wing. Let's finish up with a coat of mascara and lashes. For mascara, I'm going to be using Grande Drama. And for lashes, I'm using something that wings out. This is Ace from Carity. They're pretty wispy in the center, so you can still see through them and you can see the eye makeup, so you can see the lid space. I'm going to be using this ultra glossy lip from Colourpop in Attention Hall. And here's the completed look. My jewelry is from a local boutique here in San Francisco. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new video. Bye guys.